What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with another video. This time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of Crimson Desert playthrough. No podcast, that's right, another day of no podcast. And Street Fighter 6 on the night stream. And sadly to report, our boy Phil has finally decided to wage quit and rage quit Street Fighter 6, that's right, yeah. Get bent, Jack Rackster. That's right. Get bent. Our boy Jack Rackster could not leave early from his bus route and drop some massive support on Phil. And sadly, Phil just didn't hit the goal. So what did he do? He had a meltdown and he wage quit. That's right. No more Street Fighter. Or until he has nothing else to play and Jack Rackster sends him a DM and says, if you play Street Fighter 6, I'll give you $100. Which will probably be within a couple weeks. Our boy Phil is struggling to hit the goals, especially after the second Asmongold bump failed to materialize. And yeah, he's back to streaming to 150 people and barely hitting the goals. So let's see what Phil had to say on the daily rap. It's a pretty short one. It's a pretty short one. Let me speed it up a little bit. Shout out to Sunny 3.0 for putting this together. It has some great edits, so let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026. Forgive me, this is going to be a quick one. I got to get done fast because I stayed extra late tonight.
Let's hope.
And I need to get out of here. So, today, DSP morning show.
Real quick. The reason why he had to stay late was because he was on a losing streak and couldn't get out of it. That's right. And he actually all F4 out of the game because he couldn't win his last match. So I think he went to about 1:10 in the morning and said, I better hurry up before a cat comes in here and screams and yells at me again. So he lost his last match. I believe he lost like his last 5 matches and ended up quitting. So yes, he did run late.
Yeah. Couple topics of discussion. Number 1, what to do moving forward playing Street Fighter 6. Number 2, possible candidates for DSP Tries It. And other topics. It was a good chill one, about an hour, 15 minutes. Everyone had a good time. And then we jumped into Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert, once again, remained an incredibly weird game. Today in Crimson Desert, here's what we did. First, we did a plot line involving a magical school, an experiment gone wrong, opening up a dimensional portal to the abyss where you'd already been, but it let some kind of a weird monster in. You had to do a really kind of bootleg floating boss fight, including using your flight powers to palm the boss a few times to kill it. Then, out of nowhere, there was a festival going on, and during the festival, someone brought a giant ape monster, which then became a monster that you had to fight as a boss fight. And then after that, we had to find the witches and do some work for them so they could show us how to actually put these orbs on our weapons and equipment. And then we continued on from there where there's optional, like, temples you need to clear out of enemies and then do these puzzles. And then once that's done, you get good rewards. So if what I just...
Okay, Phil, what's weird about that? To me, that sounds pretty fucking awesome. I bought Crimson Desert after DSP butchered it, and I was like, I wasn't going to buy it initially. I was going to wait for it to go on sale. I was like, yeah, let me give it a shot. I put in 20 hours into it. It's good. It's fun. I like it. There's so much open adventure. I thought it was great. There's so many different things you can do. Yeah, the story's not great. It's not, it's not great. Maybe it gets a little bit better at the end or in midway. But still, it's a fun game. There's just so many different things you can do. And I like open sandbox where you don't have to follow a linear path like most people do. You can go in and do side quests, do main story, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But you're just too dumb or lazy or I don't know. Or maybe it's because you're not getting support. By the way, he did beg. Oh my lord, he begged. To the point because I think he was at like $80 most of the day. Most of that money came on the morning show. And of course, he was dropping hints and saying if we don't get more support or hit our non-goal, I'm going to wage quit this game. And of course, one dent came in and I think dropped like $100 super chat. And it got filled to his goals. So of course, he's going to keep playing it at least one more time. In here, he'll actually talk about how viewership, support, everything was slow. And he does threaten to wage quit the game yet again. So let's keep going.
To explain to you sounds incredibly confusing, disjointed, and you're like, how the hell is that all the same game? It's because that's exactly how everyone feels. Like, we're playing this game, we're now 14 hours in. There is nothing coherent about this game whatsoever. You could tell the plot, if there is one, is not good. It's just, you're scratching your head, you're like, what the fuck is this game? Like, what am I even doing in this game? Why am I playing it? What's the quest? I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Even though that's the case, and even though, by the way, the combat hasn't gotten better, and it's not going to get better. It's funny because some people tried to sugarcoat this game and claim, oh, the further in you get, the better it is. It's bullshit, okay? The combat remains bad. It's just, doing certain moves to break through character armor or super armor or dodging and then counterattacking, maybe sometimes parrying, maybe sometimes doing like a stab or whatever, and then just mashing your combos over and over. That's the whole game. So anyone...
Bro, you mash every fucking game you play. What's the problem? And again, you haven't leveled yourself up enough. I'm not a big, I don't really fully know the game, but my understanding is that you can actually access and open up different types of combat. So the longer you go and the more experience you get, you can actually access and make more available combat moves or whatever. So since you haven't played the game properly, you just walking around looking for random shit to do, you haven't been able to kind of level up. But again, this comes down to you not wanting to learn or know the game. You just like, all right, guys, is this what you like? Am I doing the internet correctly, guys? Am I streaming correctly? Where's the support? You're so worried about money and support and viewership that you don't care about the actual game, and it shows. It clearly shows you don't care. It clearly shows that you hate the game. You don't want to play the game. You rather play Disney Princess games or Pokemon because those are your speed. And it shows. And then you wonder why people just like, oh, okay, well, there's no passion. You give nothing about the game. Like literally, when I watch other people play this game, they drop some facts about the games. They find secret hidden things. I mean, I'm watching someone playing it now on Twitch, and every single time they play the game, they find something new, and they explore it and they talk about it and they show people how to access it. It's really cool. I mean, that's the type of stuff, especially for someone that's playing the game themselves on a slower pace. Watching someone learn and play the game and actually show you is good content, not just sitting there waiting for someone to throw pennies at them. Good God, man. But again, this is DSP here. He doesn't stream for the love of it. He streams for the love of the money of it.
Telling you the combat gets better, they're lying. It doesn't get better. All right, it's the same. However, I will say this. The exploration factor, the fact that there's so much going on in the game that's varied and different and weird, and the graphics kind of hold up and make it interesting to keep playing. I don't know if this is a game that I would play by myself. I think that having a streaming audience makes it a lot better as people trying to explain to me certain aspects of the game. Like, for example, tonight we cleared this temple. It was the first witch temple that we cleared. And I do this puzzle, and then there's a second puzzle with zero explanation of how to do it, nor any way that you could figure it out. Someone just needs to tell you how to do it. And I'm like, oh, that's stupid, right? So people basically, when they first got here, probably smashed their head against the wall.
No, good God, man. Again, I say this all the time about Phil, is that he's just not intellectually curious at all. He isn't. He knows what he knows, and that's it. It's almost like his brain has hit capacity and he can't absorb any more knowledge. And if you try to, give him more knowledge, he just explodes. He loses it. Good God, Phil. He reminds me of he's very robotic and almost like a computer, where once the hard drive fills up, that's it. Unless you're deleting some shit, you're not getting any more storage space. Once you hit that's what it is with Phil. Like, bro, if you were just to sit there, look at your environment, look at your enemies, just think. Just think. All you need to do is think. You know what I mean? If you're in a place and you're sitting there and you're like, all right, what am I supposed to do here? More than likely, 95% of the time, there's something that you're not seeing. Like, you're not seeing, oh, okay, the game wants me to do this. And then do it. But again, it takes exploration, it takes thought, it takes thinking, it takes using your skills from previous games and applying it to this game. But no. And again, this comes down to Phil needing his hand being held in every single fucking game. It gets to a point, Phil, where I know your scam or your gimmick is interactive, chill, fun, but sometimes you need to take the bull by the horn and you need to decide what you're going to do. And you need to use your brain and say to yourself, okay, where have I seen this before? Because pretty much every new game is an iteration of an older game. So they just take something that's been done before and they just apply it and make some minor tweaks here and there. You think about, okay, what have I done in various games where I ran into something like this? I did a search. I found a hidden button. I did something, right? But no, not Phil. Phil spends 1 minute, and if the yellow paint isn't there to tell him what to do, he gets frustrated and he starts screaming and yelling. Who the fuck wants to watch anyone play video games like that? Good God. And then he wonders why people find him to be so boring. And why there's montages of his video gameplay that are so bad. God, man. Look at his face, man. God, he has a crooked face. He's non-symmetrical. My God. Look at his left eye. Or that would be his right eye. Look at his right eye, how droopy it is. Oh, God. I'm not going to talk about his looks because we know he is an ugly man. We know this.
Well, for hours till they figured it out, and then they just shared it with the internet, so now everyone knows how to do it. Yeah, that's the game. So here's the thing. I had a good time with Crimson Desert today, but today we definitely saw a sharp decline in attendance, engagement, and support until the last minute. There's like one person who came by who really likes Crimson Desert and watching me play, and they contributed a ton of support. Outside of that, a lot of the people who had been here for Crimson Desert regularly weren't even here, and definitely I'm seeing it fall off. So here's the thing. I want to give it a shot next week. I do. I want to keep it in the rotation. But if we play it next week and I'm noticing, yeah, it's just slowing down now and no one really cares about it anymore because maybe all that hype is done from when it came out a month ago.
Yeah, the hype.
Then I'm done with it. All right? It's not anything that's super good, to be frank with you. It's also not bad. It just kind of is a game with such a variety of content that it's like intriguing to see what the hell they crammed into this thing next. But 14 hours, no coherent story, no idea what's coming next, no actual gameplay loop. It's weird, okay? Again, I don't dislike it, and I told everyone I would continue playing it as long as people will keep coming by. Today we saw...
As long as people keep giving me money. Jesus Christ, he can't help himself. Even when he's trying to lie to his viewers and make it seem like it's something it's not. Like, he doesn't want people to think the reason why he wants to quit it is because there's no real support for the game, right? He wants you to think it's, oh, because no one wants to watch me play it, which is nonsense. Which is fucking nonsense. He got the same amount of viewership he gets for every stream. Nothing changes, Phil. The only time your viewership tanks is when you're playing something extremely boring, like Dragon Quest or Pokemon or even, you know, an indie game that people find extremely boring. That's when you get the 120, the 125 viewers, 140 viewers. But other than that, you know, on a normal stream like Crimson Desert or COD or something like that, you're going to get about 200 people. Even your Street Fighter last night got about 200 people, Phil. So this has nothing to do with viewership of the game. This has to do with support, money. You know, are people giving you the money that you expect? Or do you have to wait to the last minute and have one dent come in and save the day? Which is what happened yesterday. Like I said, he was like at $80 all day. And then literally like the last 15 or 20 minutes, one dent came in and said, oh, I love this game. Keep playing it. Here's $100. But if it wasn't for that, he would have not hit the goal. Good God, man. All right, let's hear him bitch about Street Fighter.
A decline. So I guess we'll have to see what happens next time when we play and judge it from there. Okay? Now, tonight's Street Fighter 6 stream, I'm going to be honest with everyone. I didn't even know what I wanted to do in Street Fighter 6 tonight because I felt like if I played casual play with Lily or Dalsim or whatever, everyone would complain. It's not ranked. Why are you wasting our time? And I knew if I played ranked with Honda, I wasn't going to have a good time. So I played ranked with Honda and I didn't have a good time. I had a miserable time. The game is terrible. And the thing is, I could sit here and tell you why, but I already have. Nothing has changed. Everyone who plays at that master level around 1,550 points is an online pattern player. Without actual exception. They all suck at the game. Every one of them. They just play patterns. And if you beat their pattern, you can crush them because fundamentals beat them. But the moment that one input drops, one combo drops, one mistake, or just bad luck, oh, look, they luckily just guessed and jumped over me, and now that's it. The game's over. And because I'm Honda, there's really no way for me to come back. It would be different if I was using a upper mid to top tier character who have the mechanics. Honda doesn't have them. All right? I'm playing better with Honda than I ever have before, and simple gameplay beats him in this game online. Insane amounts of dropped inputs, bad connections. Again, I can rarely get a connection lower than 50 milliseconds in ranked. They're mostly 50 to 70, or sometimes 80, and it's just not fun anymore. So 2.5.
Don't forget when he was getting 20 ping, he was complaining that fast speeds or fast connections are bad too, because the netcode can't keep up with the fast internet. Don't forget that excuse, folks. So, you know, slow internet, bad. Good internet, bad. Great internet, oh, that's even worse. Good God, man. And again, this guy thinks no one remembers what he says. You know, like, people don't sit here and watch your Street Fighter gameplay and watch you complain and use the same excuses, the same tired excuses that you use with every single game. Every single fighting game, Phil, you use the same excuse. Every online game where you have to compete with people, you use the same ass excuse. So you're literally telling me, Phil, You of all people, just you, the man that has business style class internet, right? That pays God knows how much money for his internet, who brags about how fast his internet is. Every single game that you need to play that's online or has any form of competition in it, your internet decides it wants to lag. And I'm telling you right now, I watch a bunch of different Street Fighter players play. Justin Wong, Maximilian Dude. I see, I don't watch them always, but from time to time I do watch them. And I have never, ever, ever heard them complain about the shit you complain about. And that most of them praise netcode. They praise netcode. They said, no, for the most part, it works great. It works great. You're the only idiot that wants to sit there and blame the buggy netcode on stuff. And again, if it's just one person screeching about it, then, more than likely it's this one person is incorrect. They're lying. And everyone else, the vast majority who think the game is pretty fine and the game mechanics and everything else are done well, I'm going to tend to believe them, okay? And at that, you guys know I bought Street Fighter when it came out. I played it for about 2 months. I'm not the greatest Street Fighter player, but I had no problems with the connections. I had no problems with anything. When I played the game and I did well, I won. When I did poorly, I lost. Had nothing to do with the connections, nothing at all. But again, this loser, this crappy ass gamer wants, and it's just so sad and pathetic. It's laughable because I don't know who he's talking to. No one believes him. Not even his own viewers. So maybe Jade. Jade and Kevin are probably the last two holdouts who believe what he has to say about Street Fighter and the buggy net code. I'm pretty sure Jack doesn't believe it. Jack's like, come on, brother. I play the game every day. It's not that bad. Come on, Phil. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Please stop. You notice Jack Raxter has never, ever super chatted and said, yes, Phil, you are correct. The netcode is terrible. The connections are shit. The lag is terrible. Yes, it's bad when you play someone who's on a wireless connection versus wired. He has never stated that. And he apparently is a super Street Fighter fan. He loves that shit. And he plays it nonstop like Phil does. But he never complains. I've never heard him super chat and try to claim, yep, Phil, you are correct. You are 100% correct. Never. Anyway, he goes on to say that he actually is quitting Street Fighter. So Street Fighter gets sent to ban world. Crimson Desert is right around the corner. He better pray to God the 2 games he's playing today, because I think he's playing 2 new games today. He better pray to God that these catch on and that he can wage quit Crimson Dawn or Crimson Desert and also not be hit with Street Fighter. But don't worry, Street Fighter will be back eventually. Just give it a couple weeks. Jack Raxter will message Phil and tell him that if he plays it again, he'll give him $100. So anyway, that's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Today I'm going to be streaming at 9 o'clock. I'm going to be streaming right in a few minutes. I'm going to turn it on. And we're going to be celebrating the 7-year wedding anniversary, DSP's wedding anniversary. And of course, we're going to cover the day after where he came on and he talked about the marriage and how he scammed the dent and the IRS and scammed Cat. So if you got nothing better to do, come check it out at 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to go for about 2 hours. It should be a lot of fun. So come check it out. Peace out, everyone.